This is Amy Anthony, and we are here with another interview with one of our Calvary mission partners, House of Hope in Haiti. And today I have with me Jane Brzezinski and Paul. And before we get into asking a lot of questions, I just want to remind everyone that part of the reason we're doing this right now is to help us know what our brothers and sisters around the world are going through, especially during this time with the COVID virus and how it is affecting the ministries that we partner with, and also so that we know how we can be praying for them and supporting them. So, Paul, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about House of Hope and what you do at House of Hope?
Good afternoon, everyone. And again, I would say this is a really great opportunity for me to be here to have that meeting online. So, because of everything that's going on right now, it's not easy to meet up face to face, but via internet, we get a chance to chat and then have a meeting. So, my name is Toussaint. And people call me by Paul because my mom liked this name for me. So that's why a lot of people call me by Paul. But mostly my classmate and my close friend call me Kesnel. I born in Montouy area in Haiti, in a locality named Lanzac. That locality is inside the city of Montouy. Man, that's where I grew up and go to school. And I married there and I have two kids, one girl and one boy. And I started doing mission work since 2009 with another mission. Then I started doing things on my own with my partner in 2012, which is Project House of Hope. So, and from there, we been doing so much thing. And then that's all I met with Jean in a mission trip where she been traveling with Sophos and we met with her. Then when we start Project House of Hope, then she come back and email me and say, hey, you remember me, so I want to come back and do work. And then that's when we start working together again. And then here it is. So now I got the church, I got you. So, yeah.
Perfect. So Jane, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up involved with Project House of Hope?
Okay, I'm Jane Brzezinski. I've been going to Calvary for almost 6 years now. And like Paul said, I was on a mission trip with Paul and Amy Fletcher, they're both the co-founders of Project House of Hope. And I went to Haiti because after the earthquake, I was drawn to help the people in Haiti. And ended up on this trip with Amy and Paul, and then Amy and Paul co-founded Project House of Hope, and I ended up, because I became friends with them, I started getting involved with the nonprofit. And so now I'm on the board of Project House of Hope, and I've been responsible for taking teams down. So I've taken 3 teams down from Calvary, I've taken 2 from Purdue University, and I've taken several teams from Indiana and Virginia. So.
And can you tell us, Jane, what are the main, I know that House of Hope does several different things, and there's a couple different specific ministries that fall under that umbrella, but what would you say are the main things that the Project House of Hope organization does?
First, we have 2 orphanages, and that Paul will tell you an update about that later, but we have 2 orphanages with 15 children. We have a soccer team, we have a women's empowerment group, and we have a program where we help them get jobs. And then we also have a school of refuge school. So those are the main programs that we do.
Great. So Paul, for those who aren't familiar with Haiti, can you tell us a little bit about the area where House of Hope is located? Is it in a big city, a small village? What is it like? What are the living conditions around there?
Well, I would say Montouy is not a really big, large city, but Montouy is a city that located in the department of North of Artibonite. We are 45 minutes away from Port-au-Prince, and like, to me, it's the biggest city that like allow tourists, like a lot of tourists come to Maury, and we have the biggest hotel in the area. It's the largest, we call it Acadin. It's the biggest area that we have, like we have like the street of pure white sand beach that we have. So Maury is a really nice area, and a lot of people like coming to Maury. And we have about 18 to 19,000 people live in the community between downtown and the mountain. Let me see, we are 66 kilometers, like I tell you, away from Port-au-Prince if we drive 70 kilometers per hour. So, so yeah, it's a really nice area and people love it.
Yes, so the area, just so you get an idea, they don't have, a lot of people don't have electricity. There's not a lot of running water availability. They, don't have supermarkets there. You have to go to the, the local market.
Yeah, public market.
Buy food. Beautiful beaches there. So that's the draw for the tourist.
And then Jane, I know there's some communities who live up on the mountain, right? Because
Yes.
when things go, they will go up there, and life up there is more difficult than.
Yeah, there is a mountain community that we help. They're a little bit further north called Rousseau. Mm-hmm. And we do go up there, and that community up there is, doesn't have the food and so on to live well up there. So we go up there and help them out on occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, this community Jean talk about is we have all those people there too with our good program too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to come down off the mountain to get things, like to go to the markets, and there's no markets up on the mountains. There are schools up there, so they all have to come down to do things, but it's treacherous. They don't have good roads going up mountains. So
So Paul, can you tell us what's going on with the orphanages there? I know we have several families at Calvary who have sponsored students there, and I'm sure they're interested to hear how things are going.
Well, for a very long time, we've been running 2 orphanages separate in different places. So we just right now recently, like Sunday, we just moved them to one place and all together.
Wow, that's awesome.
I just take that chance to thank Calvary Church and a lot of other sponsors that support to help the kids move, getting beds and all other stuff they sent down. So this is a really great thing, and I'm so open to thank them for all that they're doing. This all 15 kids right now, they are together, and then they moved to a nice building just because you guys involved with that, and the kids are so happy, so grateful, and we are very, very, very grateful and happy because we have people like you, like all the people at church that helping.
Great. Jane, I know I'm stuck with dates. When did we start talking about the new school building? How many months has that been now? Do you remember?
I think we've been working in the school since March last year, right, Jane?
Right, that's
March
correct.
last year, and I can tell you we already start school in September. So it was already done. Like when I say done, it's not like completely done painting and tires and everything, but it's done for the kids to enter to school. Like the building, it's done. And again, I would say it because of you guys.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
So our kids right now, kids are not in school.
Now we don't have kids in school because of the COVID-19. Like the government shut down the country and asked everyone to not going out. The kids have to stay home, and they have to not go into church, not going in public, So what we do right now is we just start a new program. Like today, after the distribution, we kind of talk to the parents and we give out like material to the kindergarten class, and we have meeting to give out a package to all students. So they're gonna come after 1.5 months to come have a test, and that way for them to go forward to another class for next year. That way they're not lost in the opportunity to not going forward.
So they get to study that, because they don't have the internet. Not every house doesn't have computers, so they don't have e-learning there. So the teachers got the packet together, and the students will study that for about 1.5 months or so, and then they come back and they have to take a national exam to be able to move forward to the next grade level.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So that's what the exam is talking about. They'll take that exam, and if they pass it, they'll be able to move to the next grade level. But they missed a lot of school this year because of political and civil unrest. So they were only in school probably 3 months, maybe, for the whole year. So, yeah, so the kids will have to do a lot of studying to pass.
Yeah, so most people know that our last couple trips to Haiti have been canceled because of the political unrest. And then now because of the COVID-19, we can't travel either. So, Jane, how is that affecting Project House of Hope with teams not being able to go? And what are some ways that people can support Project House of Hope aside from being able to go on trips?
Yeah, so it's more difficult. We, would make some money from the trips down. And so it's more difficult to meet our budget now that we don't have teams going down. And also, we had great programs when we take teams down. So now the programs aren't being done down there. And we can't get supplies down like we take them school supplies, or we take supplies for the orphanages, just for, daily living, like shampoo and those types of things. So clothing, shoes, those things. So it's more difficult for us to help when we can't have teams go down. So we are in the process of doing some shipments. We're going to start collecting items, and we're going to ship some this week. This time we're shipping like clothing and shoes down. In July, we'll be shipping school supplies down. So we pack them up and take them down to Atlanta, and then ship them to Haiti. And then Paul gets them delivered to him. So that's where we are at right now. Just trying to do some collections. We also need more sponsors for our kids and our students at the school. And so just to help us meet that budget, because we're under budget like every month.
So Paul, without teams coming to Haiti, how is that affecting the people who work at the House of Hope and are used to cooking and taking care of teams when they come to visit?
All right, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. First, I always said, can you imagine having team coming here? There's many things that can happen that I will never even think about. Let's say a team come down, they go out to work, and someone in the team may even notice something and start helping a family or helping the kids. Start paying university for somebody. Then that just happened, So, beside that, I always said it's affecting us in every level. That we do have people, close team that working with us, like people that work with the kids at the orphanage, people that work at the guest house, people that translate for us when team come. So drive for us, the driver. So all those people right now, they don't have a job. But the only people that working right now is the people that like working with the kids, because they have to come in every day. But the only ways we can do that, still it's really hard. Like to do this, we need to have like sponsor that can support the program, and that way we can pay them. Let's say we don't have anyone that helping, that's gonna be a really big problem. First, we will not be able, we will feel uncomfortable to say, hey, we can't help the kids anymore, because we commit to help them forever. You know what I mean? Like till after they finish school, going to university, learn something, and able to support themselves, then okay. But even there, we will still be able to help them because they will still need counseling from us, like advice, all that. So we're not gonna say, hey, we give up on you because you're able to eat, you're able to buy what you need. But no, we will still continue to help them. So there's other people that coming to clean, other people that coming to cook when team come. Those people make money so they can pay school for these kids, they can like pay rent for themselves. So when team not coming, those people don't have a job, they don't have nothing to do, you know. So we even like have little thing like motor, like the driver, taxi driver. Like when team come, we take team for one day for excursion. They going to the mountain to visit, or we're going to the beach. So we have motorcycle that can come pick them up, and we pay them a little fee. So those guys like every day, when we gonna have team? And I go like, you see, they can't come, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a really big thing when team coming. So it's always good when team coming. So like I will say, like if team coming more often, they do less fundraising. You know, they can do less fundraising because like with team coming, they can generate more income to support the kids, to support the people that working with us. If someone got sick, they come to me, then I will be able to say, okay, no problem. So I can give them something to see a doctor. But right now it's really hard. Like many people come to me for different things now. And I mean, I have to say something, but I can't respond the way I'm supposed to respond to them because like when team come, I always have something with me. I always have stuff. I always have like people come for their socks and clothes. Like I have diaper. I always have stuff in our storage because team come, they bring this stuff like a lot, and I always have them. But now it's empty. When the coronavirus come, the storage empty. We don't have no hand sanitizer, but we used to have them a lot. You know, I don't have no glove. I don't have no mask, but we used to have them a lot. Like when we going out and do river cleaning, we do community cleaning, we use them for that. Then now it's coronavirus where we really need them every day. I don't have any. You know what I mean? So it's like team coming is a really big deal for us, and it's done a lot for us, you know. Like sometimes when team come, we usually try to do like a good distribution when team come, and that's something I usually do with team, because when team coming, we tell them what we're gonna do, and then they prepare for it and come. I said the team coming, I said, oh, when you guys coming, we would like to give out 10 goat or 15 goat, and then they already prepare for it and collecting the money, and then when they got here, we have a huge good distribution and give out good in the community. So those programs kind of not on right now because team not coming. You know, we have our ladies that soaring, and we have the mountain program, we have the soccer program, we have the yoga program. Like all that is like when team coming, we have those things. You know what I mean? So it's a really big deal for us to have team coming back. So right
So,
now, I
Paul,
would.
how many people around there have COVID? Like, are there people who are getting sick, and do the people trust the rules the government are giving them, or do they not believe it?
Right now, we do not have, like I can't say we have people like in our town that have it. I can't say it, but we can still watching and suspect, you know what I mean? But we don't see anyone that have it, but we know like in the list they point out every day in the social media and in the news, we know that Port-au-Prince and St. Mark, like St. Mark is 25 minutes away from us, but they already said they have 9 cases. So because of that, everyone have to wear a mask and make sure that you wash your hand all the time. But still, there's a lot of people that don't do it. I mean, it's not like they don't want to do it, but they forget because they have too many things in the mind. So they go out and come back, and sometimes they wash, sometimes not. But some people, they really focus and they do it. You know what I mean? Some people not do it, but some people do it. Like you can go out, you see 100 people, you see 60 have masks on and the other don't have. Or you might see 40 have it and 60 don't have it. So depending on where you are.
And so, Jane, can you tell us a little bit about churches in Haiti, and what are the main religions, and are churches allowed to meet right now, or how is that going?
There's a majority of Christian and Catholic churches in Haiti. And I know the government has told the churches not to meet. I know some still do. Correct me if I'm wrong, Paul.
By now they're not, because
They're
they
not
are
now.
afraid. They kind of afraid right now because they see people have it and they heard it a lot on the news, and they see stuff in the internet about other country. They are afraid. But what they do is, since they don't have that possibility like you guys doing with me, doing church online or do that, they create WhatsApp group. So they send voices on WhatsApp group, and you can listen to the voice and you can reply. They can send a song and you hear it and you can interact about it. So that's what they do now.
That's nice. Yeah, church is very important in Haiti. Being together in community is very important for their culture. And so it's very difficult for them not to meet together, to worship together, and that sort of thing.
So I guess lastly, as we kind of wrap up here, what are some of the main ways that we can be praying for you, Paul? It sounds like you have a lot of people coming to you needing help right now. And so we can be praying for you and for House of Hope and just the whole country of Haiti.
I would say my prayer for myself will be, give me more strength to not discourage us, and for God to protect me, because when that getting worse, I will still have the hope, like I will still have the need, like I will still have to go out, if because of what I'm doing, even if the coronavirus getting worse, I will still have to be going out, like to see all I can help. That means I will be exposed. You know what I mean? Because even if I'm driving around, people will stop it by my car and say, hey, 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 but I can't push them. But I have to say, okay, I wear my mask, but I still have to talk to them because they need me. So I can hide myself in a situation like that. Even I know I can die. You know what I mean? But one thing I always say, pray for my safety, my strength, because sometimes someone in this here, another one in that here. So that way I don't feel discouraged. So I will still be able to have patience to talk to people and listen to them and talk to them, to tell them like what it is, or what measure they need to take to not get victim. You know what I mean? And the other side, for Project House of Hope, you guys can pray. The fact we don't have team coming, we don't have like where we can generate our own income, and everything come from the church, the people that support. So you guys can pray. So those people, they don't discourage us with us. They still stay connected, because if they don't, we will be everything will be messed up. So God can still continue to work through them and make them feel like this is something that they need to stay on, and that's what we need.
Jane, is there anything you want to say as we wrap up, just to let people know, anything else you want them to know about what's going on either with House of Hope or with Haiti?
Haiti also needs a lot of prayer about their political situation. And just that, the protesting stops, because there's still people that are continuing to protest, not as badly, but so that people can get back to their normal lives and work and that sort of thing. But of course, now we got the virus has also gone it, combined with that to make it worse. But just that, Haiti doesn't have the medical facilities that the United States has. They don't have the respirators and all the things that they need. So if this ends up becoming a mass epidemic there with this virus, a lot of people already are malnourished, and don't have the medical help that they need for normal health problems. So it's going to be really hard for them. Like you're going to see a lot of people suffer from it if it continues to grow. So the prayer, we would ask that the prayer would be that, you know, that God can stop this pandemic there in Haiti and not let it become as widespread as it is in other countries.
Exactly.
Because these people cannot, they don't have the facilities and the to be able to combat it. So just, you know, we just pray that it would, you know, it stops and doesn't continue to spread.
Yeah, like I talked to them this morning and I told them, I know you guys have to go out anyway because you don't have the possibility like some people may do in the state. They said, hey, they can go one time and they get everything they need. They store at this house. And then they said, I can go out after 2 months. But here we have to go every other day because we can buy a can of oil and use it in 1 day or 2 days. And then we would have to go again and buy more, you know, or find someone that can give you more. So the fact you have to do it that way, you guys always exposed. So that's why you always have to protect yourself, wearing mask, washing your hand, don't touch your mouth. So that's what we educate them this morning.
Mm-hmm. Because there, it's very day to day with your food and with your water and with
everything, because you have to store water in a gallon or in a bucket from someplace. You get it from someplace, take it to your house and use it, and then go get it again. You can go twice in a day, or you go the next day, because we will never have enough to stay for a week. You know what I mean? Unless you are well-established people, you have a big basin that store water. You know. So other than that, you have to do it every day. You know, food was already expensive here, and then with this coronavirus, that make it worse, because it's not make it worse because they want to sell it more expensive. It's because the people that they buy it from sell them expensive. Transportation is expensive, so all that make the food expensive.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. I think it's good for our church to hear and think about how this is affecting all of our brothers and sisters around the world. And it helps us to appreciate what we have, but also to know how to pray. And I'm sure that even though things are really difficult, we're seeing some ways that God is working even through those hard times. And so hearing about the orphans being able to come together in the same home, you know, hopefully people learning to maybe ask for help who haven't asked for help before, and opening up doors to tell people about Jesus. You know, those things are happening here. I would imagine they're happening there. And so we will definitely be praying as a church for Haiti, for House of Hope. And then specifically, Paul, we thank you for all that you're doing and putting yourself at risk. But we know that you love the Lord and you love the people of your community. And you have lots of people here who are praying for you, and people who are very excited to get back over there to Haiti.
I know.
For a trip. So when we can start sending teams again, I know we have people who are ready and want to come. And Jane, I'm thankful for all that you've done and how you help keep our church connected with Project House of Hope, and exciting to see the school and even how they're giving the kids the schoolwork at home to do like they are here. So it's a big world, but this virus has made it feel a bit smaller because we're all going through similar but different challenges right now. So
we definitely want to thank Calvary and all the everyone there that is so supportive and helps us out and comes on the teams and uses their skills and to help the people in Haiti. And we know so many people reach out to us and tell them how they're praying for our friends in Haiti. And so we really appreciate everything that our family at Calvary is doing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I thank you both for your time today, and hopefully we will be back in touch again soon. And I believe that God's going to do really good things during this and build up his kingdom. So thanks, Paul. Thanks.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Jean. Thank you for everything. And thank the church for me. And tell everyone I miss them, people that I know and people I don't know. So tell them one day I will get to see them in person. So thank you so much and have a good evening.
You too. All right.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys later. Bye.
All right. Bye.